Community leaders were in attendance as the Barbara Bush Houston Literacy Foundation unveiled a comprehensive plan for community action.
The completion of the blueprint is an important milestone, but we have a lot of work to do. Using the data in the report, we will work tirelessly until we convince everyone in Houston that we have a crisis in our community that affects us all, and that by supporting the many great organizations on the front lines of literacy, that we will lift our community, that we will strengthen families, that we will empower individuals. Over time, the Houston literacy movement will grow such that proven programs will raise more money, attract more volunteers, increasing their capacity to serve more people. We are absolutely convinced that this community will rise to the occasion. After all, hundreds of millions of dollars are raised every year to fight various diseases. And I would argue that the disease of functional illiteracy is even more powerful. It affects more people. It influences our entire community. And it is so big that we need to have a massive infusion of both human and financial resources.
One thing is clear from our analysis. There is a literacy crisis in Houston. Coupled with poverty, this makes low literacy a vicious intergenerational cycle. To break the cycle of poverty, we must break the cycle of low literacy in our community.
Some of the goals the Blueprint for Community Action looks to achieve are raising awareness on Houston literacy crisis, ensuring every child enters kindergarten ready to read, allowing every child to read proficiently by the end of the 3rd grade, and finally making sure every young adult graduates on time with the literacy skills needed for the workforce or higher education.
It's an out of sight, out of mind problem now, because there are too many people that think, well, the world has changed and it's no longer the world of my youth, and now we do have this literate community, but we don't. And it's groups that are represented standing behind us that are out there in all those neighborhoods making sure that literacy is achieved to the maximum extent possible. But there always needs to be a catalyst.
So what today is about, in my mind, is linking the various efforts, the various positive, wonderful efforts where we have been working in parallel and bringing us together, where we focus on the problem as one instead of doing a lot of great work that never reaches the goal. The Barbara Bush Houston Literacy Foundation gives us the mechanism to weave together all these disparate efforts that we've been doing and focus us finally on one goal, and that is to transform Houston into a literate community that succeeds together.
The Houston Library offers many programs focused on literacy.
Our whole organization is focused on literacy, and we have after-school programs for kids to help them with their homework and to encourage reading. Our summer reading program helps to combat summer slide, because studies show that if kids are not engaged in reading programs during the summer, then they lose the skills that they learned in reading over those summer months. So our summer reading program helps children. Last year it was 18,000 kids. We're after 20,000 this year. And we have dedicated one of our largest locations to become a literacy center to help adults as well as children and families increase their literacy skills.
Studies have shown a child's literacy is in close correlation to a mother's education. Currently, 1 in 5 adults, about 330,000 Houstonians, are functionally illiterate, unable to manage daily activities and employment tasks that require reading skills beyond a basic level in any language.
I brought a symbolic boot to talk about that we are going to stamp out illiteracy, and we're going to put boots on the ground with AmeriCorps Vista team, and we're going to commit $300,000 over the next 3 years to support this effort.
Reading is fundamental. I think many of you remember that. But reading also, if you read, you can lead. And America is the leading nation of the world. It is the most powerful nation in the world. And for its citizenry to be part of that leadership, they must be able to read.
Neil Bush encourages the community to make the literacy promise, joining together to bring an end to Houston's literacy crisis. For more information, please visit www.bushhoustonliteracy.org.